Today we're going to dive into one of my favorite topics, comics, superheroes, and just one in particular, Apollo from Wildstorm / DC once they bought it, member of the Authority. Top feats of strength, top feats of speed, top feats of durability, and every death. Because there's more than one, it's comic books, you die, but it's never for long. Starting off with the top feats of strength. We flew into the White House lawn from space, sending shockwaves of destruction for several city blocks. Basically looking like a nuke coming from space, hitting the White House. Next one, lifted the ground weighing hundreds of tons. So he grabbed the road, picked it up, and it's just like a building-sized hunk of ground. He just, like, you ever see Hulk lift up the ground?
Yeah. I know
like
exactly
that, but so much bigger. Fought off dozens of superhumans at once. They were pretty much like mini Supermen, but Asian. Tore through several attack planes from an alternate Earth.
Nope. Wait, what?
Yeah, any questions there?
Okay, hold on. So he attacked multiple?
He tore through several attack planes, like fighter jets, but from an alternate universe. They were advanced looking. I should have said this disclosure in the beginning, but just to help people wrap their mind around some of the things they're going to be hearing. There's a multiverse in the Wildstorm universe, so there's tons of different worlds. You'll see alternate versions of heroes that you know, alternate Captain America, alternate Thor, whatever. And Apollo is basically an alternate Superman anyways, but cooler, because you're gonna hear why. The moon was infested with alien parasites, the entire surface. Like tentacle type, I don't know, just gross. You'll see it on the screen. And Apollo cleared the entire surface with his heat vision, covered every inch of the moon. So this is under strength feat, but that's also a speed feat, because he did that in under a day, just circling the entire moon. Not once, but cover every inch of it, just burning it with the heat vision. Flew straight through the head of a knockoff Marvel's Giant Man.
I think you showed me a picture of that.
Yep. How quick and easy is that to end the fight? That's why I love it.
Pretty much turned himself into like a 50 cal bullet.
Exactly. After solar charging for 5 hours, he incinerated the entire army of superpowered beings based off Marvel's superheroes. So looking at the panels, you see he's just completely burning up all of the Marvel knockoff superheroes, including Thor. He gets his power from the sun, just like Superman. But unlike Superman, he loses that power pretty quick. Like if he's fighting for a few hours in the dark, he's gonna be drained. Or if he gives a really big solar burst, he's drained. But also he can recharge in just like 30 seconds.
Oh, so it's like, okay, yeah, you get weak, but...
But it's way cool. There's no kryptonite, no magic rock that's...
That's everybody who hates Superman. They're like, yeah, he's strong, but your weakness is a rock.
Yeah. I mean, what can you say? He one-shotted a city-sized flying battleship. Yeah, he just flew straight through that. Blew it up.
My buddy.
If you haven't noticed, that's kind of his finisher and also starter move. He just flies through.
But it also just makes sense.
Why doesn't Superman do it? Because he's a pussy who won't kill. Not Apollo. He's a pussy who will kill. Destroyed a spaceship the size of a continent. Guess how? Flying straight through it.
Oh, yeah.
A spaceship the size of a continent. It specifies that.
That just registered in my head. Holy fuck. That's... What?
He got pissed off at the US.
Could you imagine being in a flying thing that takes you 3 to 5 business days to get to the other side? Like legitimately?
Yeah, if you're driving.
Just straight to the heart. Wow, that's crazy.
Yep. And he's not even hurt. Invulnerability.
Because you showed me a picture of how he flies. He just uses them fists of his as freaking
Yep. Meat hammers.
meat hammers.
And I love it. Ripped off a skyscraper-sized layer of the continent-sized spaceship. Huge thing, just ripped off a giant hunk of it. Easy peasy, just peeled apart. But you gotta think these spaceships, they're holding up to all the space debris, like asteroids and whatever else hitting it, and he just...
Yeah, because it's a continent size. It's not like it's dodging shit.
Exactly. So they gotta be built durable.
Yeah, and he's like, yeah, I'll take a spare rib.
Flies through the head of another giant humanoid monster.
You know, I bet that's real satisfying. Not like to do it, but like just to, like your live action, you see the guy and you just see.
He trades punches with Lobo, the bounty hunter. I don't know if you know who Lobo is.
Let's have another video.
Space Wolverine is the shortest way I can.
Space
Wolverine. There's a squid-like monster the size of a town, and I know that because it was laying on top of the entire town. And Apollo completely annihilated it in one hit. You already know how, not even gonna say it. Had a one-sided fight with Captain Atom. If anyone knows who Captain Atom is, Captain Atom has traded blows and even put down once or twice Superman.
Like put down like one?
Yeah, like you beat him.
No.
And for a moment, he's not better than Superman, but he's on that strength level. But Apollo completely whooped his ass. While fighting a Kryptonian clone, don't ask too much details, it's comics, just a clone made up with Kryptonian cells, so it's like Superman. Apollo managed to beat him to near death. Now time for speed feats. Only have a few of these, but they're good. Flew halfway around the world in 30 seconds.
Nice.
I did the math on that, and that is low-balling, because depending on how high he's flying, the altitude, about 1.5 million miles per hour. Flies to the moon, or from the moon, to beyond the sun, to scout out some planet-sized threat. That's about 100 million miles, and it took him a few hours at most. Flies from ground level to orbit within seconds. That's pretty basic. He's fast enough to manually disable dozens of nuclear missiles headed towards France before they hit. It's like, missiles are coming. He can't just use his regular old one-trick pony fly through it.
Right, yeah.
That wouldn't be good for all the people down below. So he flies up and he's at super speed, like ripping out wires and dismantling. Then last one, if you couldn't tell, he's faster than a speeding bullet.
That makes sense.
Yeah, look at the pictures. Proof. Top feats of durability. Takes a direct lightning strike from the Wildstorm version of Thor. This was while he was not solar charged, so he was already pretty weak. And he still took the hit. After solar charging for 5 hours, he withstood the attack of all those supervillains. So at first he wasn't even fighting back. When I mentioned before in the Feats of Strength how he killed them all.
Yeah.
He was just standing there, just taking it, not even phased. He was more pissed off than anything. He is capable of swimming through lava in a volcano without being hurt. Swam through magma all the ways to the Earth's mantle. Just swimming through the Earth.
Wow.
He took the force of 10 Hiroshimas. So, like the bomb dropped on Hiroshima.
Oh, yeah.
Or Hiroshima. He took the force of 10 times that, one to each ear.
It's like psychotic type damage. Like
That's psychotic type damage is all the authority is, and that's why it's my favorite
It's
series.
just like, I'm not gonna like punch you in the gut, break your arm. No, I'm gonna fucking pop your. What?
Yep. He took the full force attack of the next generation engineer. The engineer is like Iron Man but better. So it took the full attack of that, just double machine gun volley to the face. Yep, and he held her, took it, and then heat vision melted the face.
Ouch.
Yeah. He was punched with enough force to send him completely around the globe. And this one looks cool if you guys are seeing it on the screen. Got punches him. He goes flying and you see him popping up in different different cities and different countries in each panel as he's flying through, busting through stuff, not even slowing down. Goes all the ways around the world. Lands at the spot. Just to have it happen again, the guy picks him up, it's like, oh, you're still alive? Only took you 8 minutes. Let's do that again. Sends him flying.
Who is he fighting?
A preacher.
Okay. do we have the time? Like what?
I'm afraid not, that's a whole...
Okay, yeah, moving on.
Takes a blast of weaponized cold. So something that's reaching absolute zero, just freezing him. And that would kind of be a weakness because it sucked out all the solar energy.
Yeah.
So it's like draining a battery. Another feat of durability, he can walk on the sun. In fact, he loves that. It just keeps getting stronger.
Can you imagine walking on the beach?
Walking on the sun. Okay, so in the alternate universe, he was fighting some supervillain with nuclear radiation powers. And he was supposed to be the heavy hitter of this alternate universe big bad supervillain team.
And just offs the guy.
Yep. Same thing happened with the nuclear power guy's teammate. So she's just burning him, and he's standing there. He's like, you know I walk on the sun, right? And she's like, oh, and just stops. I'm done. Apollo has been injured, but when he is, he just flies to the sun and gets instantly healed, so long as he's not so injured he can't fly. But even if he can't fly to the sun, as long as he has some solar charge, he has a natural regenerating healing factor. And it's pretty fast. You guys can see on the panels on the screen. It's like Wolverine, basically.
Oh, okay.
Survived 5 seconds in the coldest, most hospitable world in the entire multiverse. Remained unfazed by Captain Atom's energy blast. So that's Captain Atom we talked about before. Toto's Superman. One comic, he's even blown up the world with his amount of energy. But Apollo just stood there. Just like with the nuclear powered guy, just stood there. Like, nah, you pissed me off. Last thing to talk about before we get into any questions you have or comments. Every death. We got 3 of them. First one. Think about what's his specialty.
Yep.
Flying head first into shit.
Being a 50 cal bullet.
Well, in an alternate universe, but I'm still counting it on the list. An alternate Apollo flies into something a little harder than he is and just splats.
Why didn't I think of that?
It's a shield. It's called a storm door shield. It's just a force field, but in the Wildstorm universe, nothing but nothing can break through the storm door shield. Even a character capable of blasting through worlds cannot blast through this. Yeah.
Ouch. Damn. After he took fucking nuclear shits and just...
Yeah, that's why he was confident, and he flew just exactly how he always flew.
Like, yeah, another day in the office.
Splat. He is shot with a magic bullet, literally magic bullet.
Magic.
It was It's not even in the main storyline, it's in the side story, the Magnificent Kev. These alternate dimension aliens. It's not even a good storyline, but they craft a bullet specifically encoded to kill with the DNA of each member of the Authority. The first person dead was Apollo. He's fast enough to dodge it, but he was laughing when a guy walks in with a gun saying he's gonna kill them.
He was
Obviously. So he walks up, guy shoots the bullet, he just stares at it as it comes out, and then slow-mo time for him. Tries to melt it with his heat vision, nothing happens, and it just goes right through him. See the eyeballs pop out and everything.
So he was like, okay, it's getting a little close, let me try to melt it, and then...
Yep.
And he's like, oh, this is...
Yep, dead. But also it's comic, so he came back to life. Because the carrier, the sentient spaceship that the Authority has, that's also their main base, it's able to control time within a certain small area, like on the ship, and only for brief periods of time, like within 10 minutes, so it rewound time 10 minutes. BS comic, throwaway, this never happened type thing. But I'm counting it as a death. So we have an alternate universe death, and a death that never happened. Go on to death number 3.
Hold on, let me try to brainstorm this one. No, never mind.
During the storyline Captain Atom Armageddon, this is where he was fighting Captain Atom and kept on whooping his ass. But it's called Captain Atom Armageddon. It's a Captain Atom storyline, so he's got to be the main guy.
Right.
Well, Captain Atom, he didn't go nuclear. He went beyond solar, atomic, whatever.
Like
he was becoming the next Big Bang, literally.
Like beyond elemental.
Mm-hmm. So Apollo tries to absorb all that energy right as Captain Atom is about to explode. He's trying to absorb all the energy of a Big Bang. So what happens is he tries, it lasts a second, maybe 2, and then he gets incinerated.
So it's more than...
Ashes to ashes. Nothing left but the skeleton.
So it's more than like the power of the sun, basically.
More than, yeah, that's what he said. He said, I can absorb the power of the sun. It's like 1 billion nuclear bombs going off. You don't think I could take you? Captain Atom just said, no,
so
you
like,
can't.
So like
obliterates him.
So he beats Captain Atom multiple times. But Captain Atom, is it like an anger thing? That he just...
No, it's not an anger thing. It's just a storyline thing. He just happened to be... He was going to be the death of the universe. There was no stopping it in that storyline.
Gotcha.
But then, because it's the Big Bang, the universe was remade, and same thing for the characters. So Apollo's back again. Like it never happened.
Oh, nice.
That's Apollo. Yeah, not much for character development. No time to go into there. Comment down below if you want that in another video. Hope you enjoy.
Good. Deuces.